Okay, so Victoria, I'm gonna pull up a piece of your artwork too. Now this one's a little bit more serious. I love music, I love this artist, and I love your drawing of it. So here you go. But yeah, so here's Orville Peck.
Oh,
and if
yes.
you don't know, and again, I'll put this on the screen so it's in better quality because it's just a really great piece of artwork. So can you tell us a little bit about Orville Peck and your love for Orville Peck?
Oh man, so I love music. I play guitar. I used to play flute. I kind of want to get back into that. I would kind of teach myself a little bit of piano. Now my little sister does that. So I have all these guitars, and I don't even remember really. I think I discovered him really last year, sometime last year, middle of it, or maybe almost towards the end. And I was like, man, these songs are so good. They just hit you. They just, when you listen to it, you just get lost into it. And one thing I love about Orville Peck is his style. And I love the hiding his identity with this like leather mask with all the tassels on it. I love cowboys. I've always loved cowboys. Like when it goes down to it, like I love Red Dead Redemption. I still haven't finished the second one and it makes me so upset. But I love cowboys. I used to watch these, old cowboy shows with my grandpa. So I used to watch like Gunsmoke, and I used to watch I used to watch everything, and it's just a huge part of my life. So discovering Orville Peck and his music and learning about his style, whether it's like full on like these cowboy, like glammed out cowboy outfits, or even when he posts and he's in like a sweater, like with jeans or sweats, and like still has the mask on. I love it. It was so good. So I was like, you know what? I need to draw this. And my favorite song is Roses Are Falling by Orville Peck. That's one of my top songs by him. And I was like, you know what? I want to draw him. I was like, I don't really draw people that much, or if I do, but like I don't really sit down to do like an actual portrait. It's always in a weird style. It's always my weird style. But I was like, if I do this, I want to go all out. And I'm getting used to digital art. Primarily, I would do traditional art with, a pencil, pen, whatever, and some paper, whatever canvas I had. So getting into digital art was something that I was like, hey, I can really explore this with Ichinen because I'm doing it every day. So there's very minimal traditional drawings on my account. It's primarily like digital now because I want to get better at that. Mm-hmm. So this Orville Peck drawing took a lot out of me. I was rushing to get it done because I was like, oh no, like I gotta post before midnight, like, oh no. But it was stressing out in a good way because I was like, I don't want to go too much into it because I like messy, kind of simple drawings sometimes. So I was like, okay, I got to keep the colors very minimum. So that's why it's like his outfit. I think that was a promotional, if I can remember properly, that picture was a promotional one for these rings that they made. And they were mini, like little Orville Peck rings. And I was like, okay, like this is a good picture because his outfit is black. And I really just wanted it to be black and white, but his eyes pop out because he has these really nice blue eyes that are just so gorgeous. So I was like, I gotta do this. It's one of my favorite things. And just that song, that line that I put, sometimes when I'm around you, I feel like pure evil. Like just listening to the song, listening to it, it's just so good. It's so emotional. So I had to go out and do that one.
Oh yeah, and you nailed it. I mean, that I didn't know that it was a like a photo of him, like for rings or an advertisement. It's crazy. I mean, you did it so accurately. Great pick. I'm looking at your other artwork, and I love because you kind of mentioned like your love for Orville Peck as far as just wearing a mask and kind of like a little bit dark, misinterpreted, I guess. And your art kind of resembles that pattern because you have my personal favorite is this one is, well, aren't you a pretty little thing? And it's the cat skeleton. So cool.
Yeah.
But your art's kind of like that. It's like sort of disturbing, but it's pushing the boundaries and it's just like engaging. What do you think inspires that? Like, what draws you to those?
Probably there's, I think there's a lot going on in my head, whether it's good or bad. There's just always a lot going on in my head. I constantly have a million things in there. But when it comes down to my more creepier drawings, my more cryptic ones, a lot of the time, like that one that you showed, the pretty little thing one, I think I saw something in one of the shows that I was watching. It could have been just something random. It could have been a dark show, and I swear I heard like, well, aren't you a pretty little thing? And I was like, okay. And the weird skeleton cat was kind of inspired by my cat right here, Whiskers, because she's so fluffy.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of reminded me of that. And I like drawing really creepy things because throughout my childhood, I wasn't the child that was always protected from like the R-rated movies of like the scary things. That's what my family loves. We love Halloween, we love Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like Jigsaw, Saw, any of those like movies. They were just a huge part of my childhood. And yeah, it scared me to death as a kid. But then as I got older, I was like, yeah, these things are so cool. Like, wow, I love these. I love gore. I love seeing these creepy things, and I love special effects. So for a while, a long time ago, I want to say maybe like around my freshman year of high school, I would get into special effects. And I've kind of been wanting to do that now, but that outlet from special effects has been, I guess, now channeled through another one. And now it's like, okay, now makeup. Now I do my makeup here and there, and I have fun with that. So my inspiration with the dark, creepy art comes from my childhood love of these horror movies, and also just whatever demons I'm facing that day, whether it's stress from school or stress from work. And my partner too also is an artist. Though they're not affiliated with Ichinen. I really wish that we did get my partner into it, because their art is just incredible. So their art style too is very dark and very unique. So a lot of skeletons a lot of the time. And it's just, I don't know. So every time I ask for inspiration from them, it's like, okay, well, here's like something random, like here's humor with it, because we use humor, like dark humor a lot. It's like, okay, here's this idea, like here's something really scary, but then like, let's make it like this. And another drawing, I think I started off this year with that weird, creepy zombie one, which is I think the most graphic drawing I have on there. And that's because, like I said in the caption, I've been rewatching Walking Dead, and I like zombies, and I've been watching a lot of zombie stuff. That's how I started off the year. I started off the year with, I believe it was The Dead Don't Die. I was watching Walking Dead. I was watching Zombieland. So like just a bunch of that kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. So it's a huge part of me. And I used to be afraid to share art like that. And when Nick approached me about Ichinen and was like, okay, posting every day for a year. Doesn't matter what, it's art. Art is art. I said, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna post it. I'm not gonna think twice about it anymore. I'm just gonna do it. And even I think when we first met, Eddie, in communications too, when I shared my art, even that was a lot for me, because I was like, yeah, I'm passionate about art, but I was always insecure about it. And now I'm just like, all right, let's crank out a funny doodle, and boom, here we go.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that, because that's what stood out to me right away, was just like the I don't want to say disturbing. I know it's disturbing, but it's like the skeleton kind of factor of it, and you also have Coco on your feed as well. And the slogan for Ichinen was to live is to die. So this kind of fits the theme. It fits the bill for what you guys are doing. Very interesting to me.